Absolutely. From stressing to blessing. How many people here have ever felt stress? If you've ever drawn breath, you've probably felt stress. It's a very human experience, but what we often fail to grasp is that it is a bridge to blessings. Your stressing is a bridge to your blessing. So let me just illustrate, because one story is worth 1,000 words. Does anybody here remember a group called Earth, Wind, and Fire? Maurice White, Verdine White, Philip Bailey, Skip Scarborough, etc. Remember them? Well, I had a friend back in the day, and my friend was a royal pain. Every time he called, it was a tale of woe. And I would when he called, I would turn my hourglass over, because after 3 minutes, that tale of woe would turn into an ask for money, right? I could time my hourglass by it, right? So this friend called, and I had just gotten this newfangled thing called caller ID. Anybody remember caller ID? Remember when it was new? It was like, oh, I could see who's calling and I could choose not to answer. Well, I had just gotten this newfangled thing called caller ID, and his name showed up on my caller ID. And I, of course, chose not to. The first thing I did is I realized that I just looked at my bank account. And the second thing I realized is that I had no money to give him this week. So I didn't pick up the phone. Turns out a couple days later, I ran into him and he said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. You missed my call. I had just gotten 2 free tickets to the Earth, Wind, and Fire concert at Radio City Music Hall." And I'm like, I could have had a V8. I could have gotten a free ticket to the Earth, Wind, and Fire concert. Darn that caller ID. If it weren't for caller ID, I would have picked up the phone. Well, this story is funny in retrospect, but it teaches us a number of spiritual truths. Number one, it's not just my experience, but anytime we get a piece of information, such as someone's name on caller ID, our brain, which receives 400,000 different pieces of information each second, collects all the data that we have on that subject in that moment. You know how they say if you die, your life flashes before your eyes? Well, every time we look at caller ID, every interaction that we've had with that person, every feeling that we've had about that person, every thought and every experience flashes into our head immediately. And when it flashes into our head, it goes through our central nervous system. When it goes through our central nervous system, it affects our vibratory rate. That's why people either bring us up or pull us down. And when that happens, we get so filled with the feelings of the past that it blocks out any new information. So in that humorous story, I had only old information, and there was no room for new information because my mind was filled with, oh, he's going to ask me for money, and oh, I got to listen to this tale of woe, and oh, I don't want to deal with this right now. And oh, I've got a new tool to screen out calls like this. So there was no room for anything new. And this person stressed me out, causing me to miss a blessing. Hear me? I was so stressed that there was a blessing on the other side of it that I couldn't see. A Course in Miracles in its first 7 lessons say, I see only the past. And we do. And this story is an example of it. In those first 7 lessons, it also says, I see something that isn't there. When our brain is flooded with past images, there's no room for the potential for something new. When our brain is stressed out because of the past, there is no room for the blessing that God is presenting us. In that moment with the Earth, Wind, and Fire tickets, God was offering me a blessing, but I was going into my default state of stress about this person, and I was closed off to the blessing that he offered. We can't absorb new information when we're obsessed with the old information. And a new vibrational frequency of love cannot overtake us if we have been possessed with the old vibrational frequency of resentment or conflict or grievance. Why is this so important? Because this story is not just about me. This story is not just about Earth, Wind, and Fire. The story is not just about free concert tickets. The story is about how we have approached our lives. We have all approached our lives filled with images of the past, energies of the past, vibrational frequencies of the past. And this phenomena is the source of most of our stress. Think about this. When you see someone, you are reviewing all the unpleasant situations you've had. You are anticipating more unpleasantness. When you look at a situation, you are evaluating the situation based on all of your education, most of which has been miseducation. When you are walking around in your office, right, and your boss grunts at you, I've had this experience. And you're like all chirpy, hi, how you doing? How you doing? And they just grunt at you and barely look at you. You think, oh, it must have been something I've done. And you take all this time to create a savage fantasy about what you did wrong, what's wrong with you, how you failed to miss the mark, because you've been miseducated into believing that something's wrong with you. It never occurs to you that he might be having a bad day. It never occurs to you that over morning coffee his wife asked for a divorce. It never occurred to you that he's got 27,000 things on his mind and you aren't one of them. So what we do is we take our past experiences, our past impressions of ourselves, our past ideas, and we project them onto any situation. And that past is what made up our ego. And that ego edges God out. It edges out the opportunity for growth. It edges out the opportunity for healing. And it edges out the opportunity for blessing. In other words, when you are stressing, you are not ready, prepared, able, or willing to receive your blessing. So, in stories like that, A Course in Miracles explains it very easily. A Course in Miracles explains it by saying, perception is a mirror, not a fact. We take as fact that our boss is mad at us. We take as fact that our friend is going to ask us for money. But that's just our perception mirroring out what's in our inner consciousness. It's not a fact. And it says, A Course in Miracles says, what I look at is my state of mind reflected outwardly. What you see outside of you is a reflection of your state of mind. A Course in Miracles says we are not seeing, we are projecting. Our eyes are not mirrors. They are projectors. They project out our thoughts. They project out our beliefs. They project out our biases. They project out our miseducation. They project out our pain. They project out our fear of rejection. So we're seeing something that isn't there. We're seeing only the past. We're seeing only our pain. We're seeing only our grievances. And when we see all of that, we don't see God. When we see all of that, it stresses us out, and we are not prepared to receive God's blessing. But A Course in Miracles says some things that'll set us free. It helps us to recognize that all of this, these are, and lesson 193 says, all these things are lessons God would have us learn. So anything that stresses us, there is a lesson in it. And once we get to the lesson, that which stresses us can bless us instead. So this is what I want you to think about, because that is just preamble to what we can do. Think about this. You are here to grow, to heal, and to transform. And that which stresses you causes you to grow and heal and transform. So don't judge it. Simply accept this is a stressor. This is a stress that came to me to bless. Anything that stresses you is a reflection of erroneous thinking, and you came here to correct erroneous thinking. So anything that stresses you is a reflection of three basic falsehoods. So listen to this so that you can learn that anytime you are under stress, you are believing one, two, or three basic falsehoods. When you are under stress, you are believing that you are not loved or lovable. Oh, my friend only calls me when he wants something. He doesn't really appreciate me, respect me, or love me as a friend. He thinks I'm a human ATM with a pulse. Oh, I am not lovable. My boss does not appreciate my work. Oh, I am not lovable. This person who I am dating is not calling me back. So the basic miseducation there is we are not lovable. When something happens in our outer world, we believe the universe is a force, a force that is hostile and is against us. We do not believe that the universe is set up by God as our playground for we are God's beloved children. We instead believe that there is this monolithic outside force designed for our punishment because we are unlovable, because we are guilty. And we project that onto the universe. So when the bank denies a loan, or when our credit card doesn't work, or when this happens or that happens, we think of a wicked, hostile world. And that's what it's reflecting so that we can correct that perception. And most importantly, because they all stem from this, we believe that God isn't loving us. We believe that God isn't present. God's love, God's protection, God's provision isn't available to us. But we can correct all of this and turn any stressing into a blessing. And this is quite simple. You know, all of this is preamble to a simple idea that I want you to leave here with. The simple idea that I want you to leave here with is that all of these things that block our blessings and cause us stress, they are illusions. They are not true. They are not real, no matter how much we have been educated into believing them or miseducated into believing them, no matter how much of a visceral impact they've had on our energy or our vibration. They are not real. So I want you to think of it this way. You know that every once in a while there's going to be a cloudy, rainy day, right? But you know that behind the cloud and behind the rain, the sun still shines. So I want you to repeat with me right now. The sun still shines despite the clouds and rain. The sun still shines despite the clouds and rain. The sun still shines despite the clouds and rain. The sun still shines despite the clouds and rain. I want you to have that image in your mind that the sun is still shining despite the clouds and rain. No matter what happens in the atmosphere, the sun is still shining. No matter whether it's day or night, the sun is still shining. The sun still shines despite the clouds and rain. Got it? Now I want you to marry this to this idea. You are the sun. A Course in Miracles calls it S-O-N, but really it's S-U-N. You are the shining light that God created. And despite the clouds of doubt placed in your head by miseducation, despite the clouds of feeling ineligible for God's love because you forgot that you are one with God, despite the clouds that would cause you to feel unworthy, despite the clouds that would cause you to feel that the universe doesn't support you, you are the sun and you still shine. Treat those things as clouds that pass. Treat those things as the illusions that they are. Do not give them power over you. Do not obsess upon them. Just understand that they are stressing you in order that they might bless you, for they are there as clouds to cause you to ask for the truth, to cause you to remember the truth, to cause you to realize the truth, and cause you to live your truth. A Course in Miracles says, you are still as God created you. You are still the light of God. You are still the sun. You are still innocent. You are still perfect. You are still worthy. You are still deserving. You are still beautiful. You are still eligible for grace and blessings and healing and good. No matter what clouds you have experienced, no matter what clouds you are going through now, or no matter what clouds you have given power over you to sink you into depression or fear or doubt or anything unlike love, you are still the holy S-U-N of God. So how can we take that which stresses us and turn it into something that blesses us instead? How can we go from stressing to blessing? 3 things, and they're simple, they're fast, and I'm out. Number 1, ask for insights. What is the core idea, God, that has caused me to believe that which created the cloud? What is the core idea? And it's one of 3 things. It's either a place where you didn't remember that you are loved and lovable and loving. It's a place where you did not believe that the universe could support you. Or it's a place where you did not believe that God loved you, God protected you, God provided you, God is with you, God is supporting you, God is uplifting you, God lives within you, and you live in the light of God, and you are one with God. We just forgot for a moment, and a cloud formed in the same way that when you can't remember somebody's name, a cloud forms in your mind and your face all scrunches up. For a moment you forgot, but in the next moment you can remember. In the next moment you can call out for God. In the next moment you can feel God's presence once again. In the next moment you can remember God's light shining upon you. In the next moment you can remember God's light shining from within you. So ask for insights. What is the source of this misinformation? What is the source of this error in thinking that has caused the cloud that causes me stress? Ask for insights. And when you get to the insight, the second thing you do is invite God in. God, I let you into this place where I have been hurting because I did not believe you loved me. God, I let you into this place where I have believed that there was this monolithic force that has been forced against me. And God, I let you into this place that I might remember that you are the monolithic force and you live within me and you desire my faith, you favor me, and I am of your fortune and I am of your favor. Remember this, there is no monolithic force outside of you that is destined to hurt you or trouble you or withhold from you. You have within you the light of God that is the monolithic force within you. You are one with God. You are one with this benevolent, beneficent monolithic force, and you can use it to your favor. Amen. So invite God into that place. Invite God in. God, heal my mind. God, heal my heart. God, hold me in this place where I did not feel held. God, cause me to remember my innocence. God, cause me to remember my perfection. God, cause me to remember I am worthy. God, cause me to remember I am blessed. God, cause me to remember that you have already guaranteed a happy outcome. And in inviting God in, you feel God's grace in that moment because you've become adept at calling forth God's grace. You feel God's presence. The cloud in your mind lifts. The cloud in your energy lifts. You feel that immediate uplift. You feel that immediate embrace. You feel that immediate influx of love when you invite God in. And then the last thing you do is live that transformation. What does the truth look like? I know what the falsehood looks like. The falsehood looks like a door slamming in my face. The falsehood looks like something, me being rejected. The falsehood looks like a difficult, challenging experience. What does the truth look like? Well, when you called God in, God not only gave you, for God is you. You activated the energy of the release. You activated the energy of the truth. So ask, what does the truth look like? And live the transformation. In other words, in that moment, just like the song said at the beginning, live your life as it's golden, live the transformation. What does the truth look like? Live the truth. In that moment, feel the truth. In that moment, be the truth. In that moment, project the truth, because the truth you project is the truth you attract. Amen? So in that moment, live the transformation. Act as if. Act as if you are blessed. Act as if that which you desire you already have. Act as if the most wondrous creative power of the world, which is God, is working with you, working through you, working as you, working in your favor. Act as if the light of God is you. Act as if the light of God is creating this and has already created it for you. Act as if a table has been prepared for you despite what it looks like in the outer world. Act as if you are the Christed energy, for you are the Christed energy. Act as if, and when you act as if, the as if occurs. Listen to this. When you act as if, the as if occurs. One more time. When you act as if, the as if occurs. Because the only thing occurring in your outer world is a reflection of your inner energy. And when you are possessed with the energy of as if, instead of the energy of stress, you are possessed with the energy of blessing instead of the energy of stressing. So remember, you are the sun. Lionel Richie said it best. Lionel Richie wasn't speaking to one of his many girlfriends. Lionel Richie was speaking the words of God to you. You are the sun. You are the rain that makes this life a foolish game. This life where we have been so inundated with misinformation and so many illusions is a foolish game. The truth is that you are the sun. You are the S-U-N of God. You are the light of God. You are the light through which God's allness expresses as God. You are innocent. You are perfect. You are deserving. You are the sun. Act as if. And that's what turns stressing to blessing. And that's what I want to share with you today. Thank you very much. Hi, and thank you for watching my video. I hope you found it to be useful. Here's more information that you might find to be useful as well. There is a new energy and new ways to use this energy to manifest your desires more easily and more effortlessly than ever before. I'm giving a new 8-week class beginning Monday, September 8th, on Mondays and Thursdays. This class is channeled on both days, and the new techniques and the new energies, as well as new spiritual treatments and new teachings, will be customized so that you can use them to manifest your heart's desires. So even if you've done a manifestation course before, and even if you've got old vision boards, dust them off, bring them, and apply the new energy, the new techniques, and the collective power of this group of folks who have already been able to use this energy to manifest their heart's desires. Join us on Mondays and Thursdays beginning September 8th. Now, the classes will be recorded, and you can get the recordings as well. The suggested donation is $275 for members of the chapel or other spiritual organizations, and $300 for friends. There's a $75 discount for pre-registration with prepayment before September 1st or before the class sells out. It's already half sold out a month in advance. So if this is of interest to you, let me know of your interest so that I can save a spot for you. And I look forward to supporting you in mastering manifestation magic, a new way to manifest.